spooky land. You hold in your hand a sword that shoots laser beams. Won't you feel like a man dressed up like Peter Pan on a quest greater than your dreams? Then your dreams and your dreams. Flamey Jimmy Jimmy Super Mario RPG. The game is the only one just for me. When I play the game, I get lost in a phase. Then I find out I'm stuck in Gina's maze. The theme song from the dark world.
Sup dogs, cats, and oh, how could I forget human beings? Anyways, hello there, and welcome to Dose of D-Pad, official gaming podcast of Baloney Technology and Entertainment News, and also the swag capital of the world. A lot of news has been circulating the video game industry over the past several weeks, and all the while our podcast has continued to progress rapidly. After only one episode, we were approved for iTunes, and you can now find that both Dose of D-Pad and B10 Official Podcast are available on the iTunes Store. None of this could have been possible without the effort of my listeners and the effort of myself, so I applaud both you and I for our continuous efforts of making this podcast the best it can be. So now we begin the podcast. What I've been playing. I've been playing Bioshock Infinite, Pokemon White Version 2, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Gates to Infinity. Bioshock Infinite is by far most likely the best game I've ever played. Yeah, by far. It is amazing. There's nothing like it, and it should be played by all of my listeners. No, but in all seriousness, play it, because it's great. It's amazing. As much as I wanted to do a spoiler cast, I don't think that I really want to ruin the ending of Bioshock Infinite just in case other people are listening. So I'm just going to leave it at that it's amazing. Elizabeth is a really strong female protagonist, one of the strongest female protagonists in the game that has appeared in a while. Also, great AI. Booker, he's pretty awesome. Comstock's not a very good character, but I don't think he's intended to be, because that would make it too much like Bioshock 1. That'd be just like Andrew Ryan, where he was just this amazing character, and the protagonist was really weak and didn't really give too much of a backstory. So this is just the opposite. And it's really great that they do the opposites with everything. Everything seems like the opposite of Bioshock. Like, Bioshock 1's underwater. Bioshock 2, Bioshock 2. Bioshock Infinite is in Colombia in the sky, and Bioshock 1 focuses on, like, a dystopia where liberalism is really endorsed, I suppose. Like, the free will of man and scientific experiments going beyond the morality of religion. And then Bioshock Infinite touches on conservatism and what the world's like if the world was too conservative and too religious and too racist and too sexist, and touches on all these things that in everyday life we don't really discuss. So it's bringing it into a game, and especially with the community that's out there that plays games, it's really interesting to see how they react to this, because it's really something great that Bioshock's wonderful. Can't say too much. There's not much bad I can say about Bioshock. I don't want to ruin the ending, though. I really don't. And Pokemon White version 2. I'm finally getting around to playing that. I think it came out September of last year here in the US. But yeah, I like that too. It's a completely different game than Bioshock Infinite, but it is a game that I'm focusing on playing. And it's been a while since I played the last black and white games. I played through black in Japanese, and I played through white in English twice, and it's cool to see the differences and how the Pokemon series has progressed. There's a lot of little things that I like that they finally have fixed in White version 2 that I don't believe were there in black and white. Like there's one, like when you're using the max repels and you're just walking around and you use a max repel so you don't get like bombarded by Zubat. It's great that it allows you to, it asks you and prompts you to choose whether or not you're going to use another max repel after you use the first one up. So that's great. You can continuously use max repels. Another thing that I really like is that you can finally register more than one item and like register it to the Y button. So if you hit the Y button and you have more than one item registered, then it prompts you to whether you're going to use, like I register both the bike and the map, the town map, which I actually did. It prompts you to choose whether you want to use the bike or the town map when you hit Y. So that's really cool. I like that. I like the little things. The story's really cool. You see, there's a lot of Easter eggs from the first black and white, but you don't have to play the first black and white to play Pokemon White version or Black and White 2. So that's really cool. I don't recommend buying both Black and White 2, but I'm pretty sure Pokemon fans already know not to buy both versions unless they're already aware of the subtle differences and are perfectly fine with that. I bought Ruby and Sapphire both when I was in like 3rd grade, so it's, if you're that into it, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Gates to Infinity, I've yet to finish that. I've had that for a while now since it came out, or like a week, but it feels like a while since it came out, and I got it with the Nipple Chew 3DS. For those of you who don't know already, my obsession with the Nipple Chew 3DS. But I also like that. It's pretty cool. It's not like don't go into it expecting it to be like a regular main series Pokemon game, because it's not anything like that. It's its own thing, and I like the Mystery Dungeon series. I think it's really cool. I like the dungeons. They're a lot better than the caves in the main Pokemon series, and there's a lot of neat little things you can do, and I just want to get, like, it kind of makes you want to get through it so you can finally evolve your Pokemon, and that's cool too. But for those of you who don't give a crap about Pokemon, I'm going to move on, because I'm sure there are a lot of you who do not. Gaming term pronunciation of the week. This week's gaming term pronunciation of the week is Forza. I almost said the wrong pronunciation on my gaming term pronunciation of the week. Forza, from the Xbox exclusive racing game series that began in 2005 for the original Xbox, Forza Motorsport. The franchise has continued on the Xbox 360 and is often mispronounced as Forza or something along those lines. So now you know. It's Forza, not Forza. Forza, not Forza. Got it? Good. Now play Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo. Top-ranking games of the week. This week's top-ranking games of the week are making me really angry. Number 1, Army of Two, The Devil's Cartel for Xbox 360. Why is this the most popular game this week? I hope this changes soon, because it is not a very good game. Luckily, on GameRankings.com, it has a 56.06 score right underneath where it's the number 1 most popular. it most likely just came out yesterday, so that's probably why it's number one most popular. I do not know anything about this game other than that it is not very good. Bioshock Infinite, Xbox 360 still. I played the PS3 version of this. Could not play the PC version of this. Please, please Irrational or Nvidia, update my graphics card, the Nvidia GeForce 650M, so I can play Infinite on my PC finally. Because I've seen it working on some Alienware M14X which is what I have. And on ultra settings with a 30 frames per second frame rate, and for some reason I can't even play on ultra low, or very low settings. I can't even play on that, so without my frame rate crashing every minute or so. And I know that's a common problem, but I don't think it's to my extreme. Because even if I like downscale it to very low settings at 720p, it looks like crap, and it should not. I've seen it running on Ultra at 30 frames per second on the same computer I have, so I'm kind of wondering why I'm not able to play that. So I played through it on PS3, the whole thing, and it's great. It's a great game. Get it. Maybe not for PC, but get it. Although it looks so beautiful on PC. Gosh. Number 4, Halo 4, Xbox 360. Why is this still a thing? Nothing against Xbox 360 or Halo 4, but I'm just wondering why it's still number 4. It's been out for a while. That's a good game when you keep up that popularity for that long. It's probably some DLC came out for it or something. Don't follow Halo, but for those of you who do, check out whatever DLC just came out. Bioshock Infinite PS3 with a 96.15% rating has the lowest score of all of the various versions. No, it doesn't. No, it has the highest score. Never mind. It has, on GameRankings.com, the PS3 version has the highest score, but it's the least popular. That doesn't make any sense. Although PC version should have the highest score. It's probably because of all the issues on the PC that I've seen so far. Still angry about that. Irrational. I want to play on PC. God of War Ascension, 79.31%. It's only on PS3. Followed by its often confused counterpart on the 360 as an exclusive, Gears of War Judgment. And they have nothing to do with each other, but people get them confused. We talked about this last week on Dose of D-Pad episode 2 with Devin Webster. Check it out. It's on my page, on my playlist, or I might include a link on this video, on the video version of this on YouTube. But for those of you listening to the audio page, or the audio version, go to youtube.com/Spirit War Studios. That's Spirit War Studios. And check out last week's episode of Dose of D-Pad for our discussion on the God of War, Gears of War dilemma. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon for the 3DS. You like how my voice immediately got lower when I said 3DS, because I love 3DS. 85.91%. Have not played this yet. Heard it's amazing, but I don't really have the time to play it right now. Maybe when no games are releasing, like in the summer or something, I might try it out. SimCity for PC, 63.56%. It's a horrible game. Don't get it. Don't support EA. Those rotten scoundrels. StarCraft 2, Heart of the Swarm for PC, 85.92%. Heard it's good. It's been on the top 10 most popular on GameRankings.com for a little while now. Not as long as Halo 4, but it seems to be a very long-lasting top-ranking game. Yeah. For those people playing StarCraft, good for you. Completely unrelated world news. Jay Leno has announced that he's leaving The Tonight Show. That news is about as funny as Jay Leno himself. The end. Stop! Vita time! And here's some PlayStation Vita news. Oh god, no! Yes, I said it. PlayStation Vita news. Hahaha. There's news for that? What's a Vita? Guacamelee will be released on April 9th in the US and April 10th in Europe. Take that, Europe! We have Guacamelee first, 1 day earlier. Soul Sacrifice will release on Vita on April 30th in the US and May 1st in Europe. Haha! Got you, Europe. Europe. Haha. You always get things late. 1 day late. Alright, and Bioshock Infinite is technically playable on PlayStation Vita through Remote Play. Awesome! I only wish that I could give up my entire PlayStation networking experience for a few little gimmicks, but I cannot because I would have to modify both my PlayStation Vita and PS3 and give up networking, so I'm not doing that. But I will read the article to you that I got from... I don't know where this came from. But it's by Emily Guerra, so you can find that. That's Emily, Gera. While Bioshock Infinite does not officially support remote play via PlayStation Vita devices, gamer John Trevor has used custom firmware installed on his PS3 to provide a go-around. And I'm not going to read the rest because it's unimportant. But... oh, and no, this part is important. Developer Ken Levine has spoken publicly about his interest in developing for the PlayStation Vita in the past. An often rumored Bioshock title designed for the handheld device is still a possibility. However, Levine has stated it remains in the hands of business people now. Well, that sucks. But I hope a Bioshock game comes to the Vita. I would even enjoy like a Bioshock collection, like 1, 2, and Infinite, or just 1 and 2, for ported to the Vita. I'd be fine with that. That'd be fun. I haven't even finished 2, so maybe they'll come out with a Vita version before I finish 2. That'd be awesome. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I don't see why the PlayStation 3 doesn't natively support remote play for more games. For those of you who don't know, remote play is where you can stream games from your PlayStation 3 essentially to your PlayStation Vita handheld and in like a lower quality or something, but it's pretty cool if they could get it working right. It doesn't even work correctly for PlayStation 1 games right now, so I don't really recommend trying it, but it has potential, and I think that's why it exists. It's more conceptual right now than it is, even though it's been conceptual since the PlayStation 3 first release with PSP, but maybe one day they'll get it working. And now that they have patent rights to Gaikai's streaming service, Sony could do a lot with that, and that'd be awesome. Oh crap, and I missed one. Epic's video streaming service has now launched on PS3 and PS Vita, giving PS Plus or PlayStation Plus users exclusive video content. Meanwhile, Microsoft has Xbox Live and games that you can already get on other consoles. Don't hate me. Please don't hate me. I wrote that for humor. Don't hate me. I have nothing against Xbox. Disclaimer. But I do have one thing against Xbox. That it's essentially a PC that's kind of lower end, I guess. And right now you could get a PC for about a better PC for about the same price and play your games on there. But at one time, Xbox 360 was a pretty good deal and a pretty good thing. Right now it's not, though, in my opinion. IMO. But yeah, That's my 2 cents. You don't have to care. I'm not gonna be biased. It's just a joke. I'll make PlayStation jokes. Their service went down like 20 times in the past year, so that's a PlayStation joke. I'm not finding it funny, but others might. Dev quotes. Yes, we have changed idiocy to dev quotes because I don't want to call a developer an idiot every week. It just seems ironic and rude, I guess. So it's dev quotes now. Some of them will be idiots, some of them won't. This one really is not. It's just a quote that's important this week. When someone asked if this is from IGN, I believe, this article. When someone asked if Unreal Engine 4 will work on Wii U, Epic co-founder Mark Rain burst out laughing. No, he says, following an Unreal Engine presentation at 2013's Game Developer Conference, or GDC. Rain clarifies his response to IGN. Still laughing. I just laugh at that question. Unreal Engine 4, we're not PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, or Wii U. It's next-gen technology. That's what we're aiming for. So, Mark Rain, are you claiming that the Wii U is not next-gen? How dare you? How dare you? You don't deserve to be here, Mark Rain, claiming this Wii U technology is not next generation. It is more powerful than the highest-end gaming PC of all time. It is more powerful than a custom-made, handmade PC that was built from the ground up with my bare toes. Wii U is the future of technology. Oh, sorry, I can't take myself seriously. It has a tablet controller that we're not allowed to call a tablet. It's a gamepad where it's not even as large as a tablet. It has a smaller, crappier screen than a tablet. And oh crap, I'm bashing it. Dang it, I didn't mean to. It's only about as powerful as an Xbox 360. Oh crap, it's moving on. So while Unreal Engine 4 won't make its way onto the Wii U, Rain explains that developers are capable of porting software powered by the engine. The truth is, if a developer wants to take Unreal Engine game and put it on Wii U, they could. Rain continues, Unreal Engine 3 is kicking bleep on Wii U. The best games on Wii U are made on our technology. What more do you want from us? So, Wii U is the future of entertainment. With TV, you can now watch TV just like you did before, but with unnecessary commentary. Oh wait, that makes it sound bad. It's often confused with a regular Wii accessory. No, that's not right either. It's using Unreal Engine 3, which was a last gen engine. No, that can't be it. I got nothing. Wii U isn't next gen at all. No, it's only gonna live based on its own first party software, and third party software is gonna die on Wii U. Just like, oh no, that reminds me of something else. That reminds me of Wii. That reminds me of DS. That reminds me of almost every Nintendo gaming system in the past 15 years. Yeah, I went there. Which brings us into our discussion topic of the week. Discussion topic of the week. Wii U third-party support. That's something right there. Right now they have Mass Effect 3, they have Assassin's Creed 3, they have Batman Arkham City, they have a lot of they have Call of Duty Black Ops 2. They have a lot of various games and mostly sequels on the Wii U right now that were not available on Wii, so Wii users aren't even going to be familiar with the storylines. But the thing is, they're not going to have third-party support for long, and that's, in all seriousness, because everything else I was saying before this was a joke, right? You know that, right? Kind of a joke. It was kind of a joke. But in the next year, when the new Xbox Durango, codename Durango, come out, and the PlayStation 4 come out, and possibly even the Steam box come out, is Wii U going to be relevant? It's not relevant now, but it's going to be less relevant. So they should have had a strong launch, because launch was the only thing that mattered for Wii U. Launch was the Wii U's launch was the only thing that could have guaranteed or at least given it hope of success, and that's something they really failed at. And all they had was a bunch of third-party games that were already out on other systems, and like Nintendo Land and New Super Mario Bros. U, which we already pretty much played on other systems already. But not Nintendo Land, that looks fun, but it's just like a minigame thing. So we've already played these games on other systems. We wanted something new, and they didn't give it to us, and now we're going into a new generation of technology and video games where Wii U won't find itself relevant with third-party developers. I know as a future game developer, I would never in my life consider developing for Wii U unless I was working for a indie game development thing, and that's probably where Wii U's third-party support's going to go. Just like Vita is all focused on indie games, and people are constantly comparing the Wii U to the Vita, where Vita's failing, except for in the indie game industry, and I see Wii U's third-party support going the same direction, where only independent game developers are going to focus on Wii U, and then the rest is going to be Nintendo games like Mario Kart and Super Smash Bros. 4 and whatever the next new Mario Galaxy or 3D Mario game, which is going to come out, and the Zelda game and such that they've announced, a Wind Waker HD. So that's the direction I see. I see Wii U going, if you want to look at an example of a system that's failing but barely living off the support of its indie game developers, then look at the Vita, although Vita doesn't have very good first-party support right now either. So Wii U could take off just like that with first-party support, and maybe it could still live. It would need a lot of first-party support, but Nintendo is known to be able to do that. They did it with the Wii, although the Wii didn't have such a lackluster launch, so it had the exact opposite of a lackluster launch, which is ironic and kind of sad in a way to see the Wii U fail like this after the Wii took off. But it was such a gimmick that, in a way, I don't feel sorry for it. And these casual gamers that Nintendo is kind of was marketing toward, and now they're failing to market toward the other side, trying to get their hardcore gamers back, but not being able to do so. All those casual gamers have moved on to other things, and I guess so have the hardcore in a way. They moved on a long time ago, though. Casual gamers are constantly moving on. They're moving on to new things. They're moving on to their phones, their tablets, whatever can give them that short-term gaming experience in the best possible way and the most convenient possible way. They do such. So Nintendo needs to look at all those different things, all those different aspects of thinking, to see who they need to market towards and what they're going to do with their third-party support, and maybe even trash the idea of the Wii U in a couple of years. Give it a 3-year lifespan and just kill it off after that. That's fine. People would look at them badly, but they could come out with something quicker that's better. Maybe something that's more powerful than the PlayStation 4 and Xbox 720 or whatever. More powerful than the Steam box, which I don't think the Steam box is going to have the same general audience as the 720 and the PS4, but maybe something that's really super powerful and that can do a lot of new things and innovation. Maybe like a Wii U, but with powerful internals. That'd be cool. Nintendo should go back, look at what they did originally, and go back to those roots, because that's what people really liked about Nintendo, is they were always different, they were always innovating, and maybe some new original intellectual properties, IPs, that we've never seen before. Maybe bring on some new stuff, Nintendo. I know you got it in you. You came out with Mario, you came out with Zelda, you came out with Donkey Kong, you came out with all these great ideas, but you seem to not be able to do that now. And we've seen that you can bring back some of your older stuff, like Kid Icarus Uprising. That's great. Bring something new to the stage. I want to see something new from Nintendo. I think they could do it. They could do it really amazingly, but they have to actually try. So that's my recommendation for Nintendo. If you ever hear this, if one day my podcast becomes popular enough where Nintendo hears this, they will take my advice. Maybe it's not the right advice. If you think you have better advice, shoot me an email at spiritwarstudios@yahoo.com. That's spiritwarstudios@yahoo.com. Shoot me an email, send me some ideas, and I'll talk about it on my show next week. And we never like to close our broadcast without saying a useful but lengthy closing statement. Okay, bye. If you simply can't get enough D, and by that we mean D-pad, throw us a like at facebook.com/doseofdpad with no hyphens, spaces, or capital letters, and possibly even underhand toss us a follow on Twitter at doseofdpad, same grammatical rules as Facebook. And when you're done with that and still need a higher dosage, punch us in the face with a good old subscribe on YouTube at youtube.com/spiritwarstudios. That's youtube.com/spiritwarstudios. Thanks.
Swag capital of the world.